Hi, I am hot off the back end of recovering from a surgery and feeling a lot better than I have in years. Um, and I'm cranking out short form videos via TikTok and etc. I'm cross posting to all my social medias, including this YouTube channel. So there's a good chance you've already seen a lot of them, even if you don't pay attention to any of my other social medias. If you'd like to follow me on TikTok, it's Justin Ernest Music. I'll pop a link in the description. But I think this video is just going to be talking about those other short videos I've made and maybe putting stuff into a little bit of context and generally milking it. Honestly, it's been a little while since I've made a video. Recovering from an abdominal surgery is no joke, and it actually really sucks, and I'm glad to be past it, and I'm glad that that what was wrong is fixed, and I'm feeling really good. My first video that I made on TikTok was of an electronic drum kit I found at Goodwill a couple months ago, but it's like 8 seconds long or something like that. That one had like 500 views on TikTok. Goodwill finds is a thing on TikTok. It trends. So the kit itself is not a great one. It's basically a toy, which means that it's got like 10 different kits in it, which all sound bad. The pads sensitivity is like messed up, especially the snare. It's either like too quiet or way too loud. But the nice things about it are, one, it all is one unit. All the pads are on one unit that I can just pick up and move, and that is super handy. Its footprint is a lot smaller than a regular electronic drum kit, which I had for a little while, but I had to get rid of because it was taking up too much space. But this one I can just be like yoink and move it around because I have a really tiny space and I need that. I actually have to move stuff around every time I do anything in this room. It's a real hassle, but I make best with the space that I have. Continuing the virtues of this drum kit, it's MIDI capable via computer, so I can control all my different sample libraries that I have on the computer and then edit all my terrible performances because I'm not really a drummer. And it works a treat. It's beautiful. So getting that for $10 was just mind-blowing to me. If you want me to do like a deeper dive into that, see more details about like, hey, what does this actually sound like? How does it work? What is he talking about? The sample libraries and MIDI and editing and blah, blah, blah. I can make a little video about that, or I can make a big video about that. Could be fun, could be terrible, whatever. We'll learn together. If you'd like me to make a little video about that, leave a comment about it, maybe. Next one that I made, let's see, I'm checking my notes. Right, was the 7-string guitar. I played some chords and actually played them in a way that there's a way easier to play, especially one of the chords, than the way that I play it on the video. But the vibe is there. I'm recording a demo for a song that I pretty much have basically written, but in order to finish writing the song, I've needed to record a demo so that I can be like, well, I'd love to write a guitar solo, but it's tough to write a guitar solo when there's no music playing in your ear, right? So play the music, play all the rhythm parts and the backing tracks and stuff, and the lyrics, the way they flow into, so you can hear everything, you can hear where you are. You don't have to constantly be like visualizing 4 different parts in your head. Recording is where it's at for me for writing. Eventually I'll record a different version of this where everything sounds better and everything, but it's been fun putting this one together. So yeah, that second video is just my 7-string guitar, and it's a couple of really cool chords. The nice thing about these short form videos is they don't take a lot of work. As long as I'm doing something that's even mildly interesting or pertinent to what I feel like is the sort of content that I should be putting out there that people might want to see from me. As long as that's happening, I can just set up a camera and then take a minute. It doesn't need a lot of context. It doesn't need an explanation. It doesn't need an intro. It doesn't need background music. It doesn't need me to set up a camera like this and a microphone like this, and like I've got a script in front of me and worry about that short form stuff is so easy to make that I think I'm going to keep doing it. The other nice thing that I've found lately is I've been wanting to be careful about what content I'm making, because I don't want to put any of my intellectual properties, i.e. my songs, into the public space without them being copyrighted. And they're not going to be copyrighted until they're in a proper recorded format. So the way I'm getting around that is the song pretty much exists as basically some chords and the way that I play them on the guitar, and my lyrics and the singing and the melody and all that. So as long as my short form stuff pretty much only has accompaniment stuff, like that guitar part is not the main part of the song. It's just something that goes along with it that sounds cool. But the main song isn't in that video, so there's no worry about my intellectual property being vulnerable there. Another thing is there are a few artists who I follow, specifically guitar players, brilliant guitar players. I just don't really like their music, their songs and their bands and stuff, and the way it's presented and the way it's recorded and everything. It's good, I'm just not into it. It's not my style. But them just setting up a camera at home and playing and doing a short video like that, like those little snippets of them just playing guitar are incredible, and I love them and I watch them and I like soak them in. Like when they post, I'm like, I get notifications and I'm like, oh yes, let me listen to this right now. It sounds so good. But I don't have a single desire to listen to the rest of their catalog. It's whatever. It's not bad. It's just not my thing. But just a little. So if you don't like my music and you're watching this video and going, Justin, I like you as a person, but I don't really, your music isn't my thing. 90s alternative rock? What the hell is that? Nobody listens to that. That's 30 years old. Nobody cares. But if that's not your thing, and if the worst isn't your thing, and coming out to a coffee shop or to the Popcorn or wherever I happen to be playing and hearing me play a bunch of songs that you don't like, whatever, isn't your thing, maybe just me singing some harmonies or playing guitar for a second is more your thing, and you can get some enjoyment out of that. Moving on, the next video on the list that I made was just a shot of my setup from my show at Grounded last week, Grounded Patio Cafe in La Crosse. I really enjoy playing there. They have me on for like 3-hour sets. They pay me pretty good, and I get to do whatever the hell I want. My setup is pretty small. I just play my acoustic guitar, and I have a few pieces of equipment there. I've got my little PA, I've got my little footstool and my chair and my little tea or whatever I'm drinking. If you haven't been to Grounded Patio Cafe, I really like them. I think they're a really cool coffee shop run by great people. They have great food and drinks, and they have music every Wednesday and Friday. It's super chill. And the shows are always free. I don't think it's possible for them to charge for a show there. So if you like chill vibes and a little bit of music on your Wednesday and Friday evenings, that's something to do. The next TikTok that I made was just me brushing my cat. I thought she was cute and stupid looking. I love Cliff. She's great. The next video was a different little electronic drum kit that I have that's just a rectangle with some pads on it. The thing about it was I was doing another, like, let's record some drums for this demo, and I'll just use a different piece of equipment because why not? I have it. So the foot switch that I use for the kick drum on that is busted. And I have another one that works better, but for whatever reason, I used that one, and as I was playing it, the little foot switch thing just like popped out of it. So that was like, that it broke or whatever. So the next video is a guitar solo that I wrote for that song. That solo, like solos take me forever to write, and then I play them the same way literally forever. Took me like 8 hours to write it, I figure. And I played it on my little PV. Actually, it's a big guitar. It's a big electric guitar. I'm pretty proud of that one. It's a weird song in that it switches from D major into something else that's not really a proper key. So that one took some doing to try to get it right. And I'm super proud of it. Happy with the way it sounds and the way that it works with the rest of the song. The next video is every single day, because I'm really worried about my skills as a guitar player. Like I want to be able to do everything that I want to do on the guitar. I don't want to be hindered by my inability to play something. I want to be able to play well. Most of the stuff that I play is pretty simple and basic, and it's not real complicated. It's weird, but it's not difficult to play. But I think just keeping my hands busy every day, playing a load of different things that stretch my hands out and just exercise them and keep me dexterous, they're good. I mean, I probably spend 15 or 20 minutes every day doing little exercises on the guitar. They're not musical. They don't sound musical. Some of them do, a lot of them don't. But I've recorded one of the exercises that I do every day, and there's tabs and everything, and you can watch me do it. I think it's almost a minute long. Can you believe it? And that one did some, like, I've never had a video on YouTube do more than, I think one of my videos has 500 views on it. But this one is done like over 1,800 so far as of writing this script or whatever. So that's cool. People want to see guitar exercise videos, and I will keep that in mind. The last one is one that I did yesterday. It is me singing some backup vocals for the outro. There's no lyrics. It's just me into my harmonizer, and there's like a 3-part harmony going on. It's cool. I think it sounds cool. I added some reverb to it. If you're into reverb, check it out. Speaking of recordings, I do have another EP done. You can find my first one, Lift Bridge, on any of the streaming platforms. Just search Justin Ernest and you'll find it. But the next EP, which is sort of a continuation of Lift Bridge, it's going to be called Ambrosia, and it's 5 songs. They're done. They've been recorded. I recorded them at the same time I recorded Lift Bridge, but I've got somebody working on finishing up some cover art for it. So as soon as that's done, I'm gonna set all the like copyright and streaming stuff in motion, and we'll get it released ASAP. So look out for another 5 songs from me, Justin. I am still hosting the open mic at the Popcorn Tavern in La Crosse. So if open mics are your thing, if the Popcorn Tavern is your thing, if just coming and hanging out with me is your thing, then come out on Tuesdays. We go from 9 to 1, and we've got all kinds of hookups. If you want to do something on the stage, you can do it. Next order of business is The Worst, which is the band that I play in and write a lot of songs for. Our next show is Friday, May 19th at the Popcorn. I don't know who we're playing with. I can't remember. I don't think there's a flyer yet, but I do know that they're probably pretty cool if we're playing with them. other business with the worst, we are still talking about recording another 3-song EP. We had plans some months ago and they got shelved because of different things going on with us. But we're talking about it again and we're rehearsing for it again. So just keep your ear out for that one. And keep tuned to your socials if you like the new short form content. I'll post probably far too many links in the description here. But you can click away to your heart's content. There's all kinds of different places to see stuff that I'm doing and stuff I'm involved with. Anyway, that's it for this video. Thanks for watching and I'll see you next time.